Hello, welcome to Kitchen Basics 101, where I teach you the bare bone basics as if you have never cooked a day in your life from the perspective of a mom. I just love the community that we've built here together. Today I'm going to make like Greek inspired chicken. And the first thing I'm going to do is just clean these breasts up a little bit. I'm using chicken breast, but you can use anything that you like. You can use thighs, you can use whatever you want. You could leave it whole, but I'm going to chunk it up a little bit. I just think it will probably cook up easier. And you could use this recipe to make like chicken skewers as well. So I'm just giving it a little bit of a cleanup. There were a couple spots on this chicken that just didn't look that appetizing to me. So I'm like, well, let me just clean it up a little bit and take off some of these fatty bits like this and some tendon bits maybe. We'll see. I mean, you can definitely eat all this stuff. I just feel like in the preparation we're making today, we're just gonna do them in a pan in the on the stovetop. This fat won't have an opportunity to like melt up. You can totally leave the breasts whole, but I cubed it up into like little 1-inch cubes, and I'm gonna set it aside for a second while I make the marinade. I'm gonna use a pretty good, like a cup, let's say, of Greek yogurt. So Greek yogurt, fatty, tangy, delicious, right? Then when you comes to this part, the seasoning part, you can look up like what are Greek seasonings, and you're probably going to find a lot of varying things that are Greek seasoning. So you really need to learn what you like and start making the blends out of what you like. So some classics for Greek are oregano, garlic, of course, dill, thyme, mint, nutmeg and cinnamon if it's like on the sweeter side, and always, always, always salt, pepper, and lemon. So my lemon pepper seasoning has salt, pepper, and lemon in it, which I really, really, really love. So I'm definitely going to use some lemon pepper in here, and I'm going to not use salt and pepper. I'm going to use this as my salt and pepper. We also need a lemon. I'm going to add to my yogurt the juice of 1 lemon. Fresh lemon is always best if you can get it. Smells good already. Smelling delicious already. Season with a little bit of thyme. We're gonna do a little bit of oregano. Oh, I gotta take this lid off. Hold on. Measurement. Tablespoon. I don't think it matters that much really. It's a marinade, right? As much as gonna stick is gonna stick. So we did thyme, we did oregano. Let's do some garlic powder, right? Love garlic powder. Garlic powder. Then we're gonna do, this is the only one I would say be a little bit careful with, is the dill. Dill's a very powerful flavor. So, but you know, we'll give it its due. We'll put an equal amount of dill. And then, like I said, instead of salt, pepper, I'm going to use lemon pepper because I really, 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 really like it. So I'm going to do like the same amount of lemon pepper, maybe even more. Let me get a whisk. Get whiskey. And then we're going to do something that you probably don't normally do, but I'm going to taste it before I put the chicken in here. Because once I put that raw chicken in here, then I can't eat it until it's cooked because I'll poison myself, right? So I want to try this marinade that currently doesn't have any poisonous salmonella in it and make sure. Now, should it taste like delicious, like you want to eat the whole thing with a spoon? I mean, maybe, but probably not. It should be a pretty strong flavor because it's going to get put all over the chicken, right? But we need to make sure it has enough salt because there's meat going to go in here. We need to make sure it has enough flavor, so... Yum. I'm a fan. It's lemony. I think it could use a touch more salt. Oh, so good. So I'm going to put a little bit more of the lemon pepper because it has my salt in it. Oh, that's good though. Okay, no more tasting now because I'm about to put raw chicken in here. So now it needs to be cooked before you touch it again. So I'm gonna put the raw chicken in here. And I'm doing this prep a couple hours before dinner time because I wanna give it a chance to marinate. If you're squeamish, you know, get a glove, but I'm going to massage it all into that marinade and make sure every single piece of chicken is coated in that delicious marinade. Now, you could have reserved some of this marinade to the side before you put the raw chicken in here. You could have separated a little bowl out to use as a sauce. Feeling a little regretful that I didn't do that, but I can whip up a little more if I need to. So that's one thing you could have done, is made a little bowl of it on the side that you did never touch the chicken. And that could be, because once you put the chicken in here, all of this is contaminated and you can't eat this raw. This has to be cooked. So we put it all in the marinade, we put a lid on it, and we pop it in the fridge for minimum half hour, but probably like an hour, or I'm gonna leave it for a couple hours. You could also, if you wanted this to be spicy, you could add in a little cayenne or red pepper flake into the marinade, or if you want it to be a little sweet, you could put like a little drizzle of honey. So that's just some modifications that you could make. Let's lit it up and get in the fridge. Okay, that didn't go as planned, and it doesn't always. It's the next day. So, never marinated it this long before. We're gonna try it out. I put a little oil in the pan. I'm getting the pan heated up, medium-high heat. I don't know. I think it was too long in the marinade, but you know, we're gonna cook it up and we're gonna see how it goes, okay? So, I'm gonna pull them out of here and place them in my hot pan. Just gonna give them a little bit of a sear. Do some on the back so you can see them. Don't want to crowd the pan, so this is about maybe half of them in here. And I used this one for the raw chicken, so I'm gonna use these tongs for the cooked chicken. I'm gonna get a crust on them, so I have it on pretty high heat, and I'm not touching it or moving it. This is what they look like cooking from the top. I'm standing back because it's popping a little bit. That's about 3 minutes. So I'm gonna flip, and yeah, look at that. We're getting a nice crust on them. Beautiful. So we're gonna flip them over and cook them for another 3 minutes. And now that the liquid has evaporated, they're really getting brown. So I'm turning the heat down to medium because I wanna make sure the chicken gets cooked all the way through. Because it's so tender and I can't tell by touch, I'm just doing a thermometer to see if they're cooked. This is 6 minutes. And we're looking for 165. And we're pretty close. We're 160. So, oh, they're starting to firm up now. They were so smushy before, and now they're pretty firm. So I think these are done. Gonna make sure everybody's got a little beautiful char on them, which they do. And then we're gonna have to do a taste test. Before I make the whole batch, because I told you how to do it in batches, I'm gonna taste test because I have one too many times had a recipe did not turn out great. I cooked the whole thing only to find out it did not turn out great. I don't want to waste my time. So, oh my God. The seasoning is really strong because it sat so long. But it's so tender. It is so flavorful. I mean, it is just falling apart. Oh my God, guys, it turned out so good. I'm not saying you should marinate it overnight, but oh my God. Delicious. Service with rice pilaf, orzo that you cooked in chicken stock. So many options. Oh my God, so good. Wow.